Welcome to Outlaw Equine Rescue and Rehab, and we've been doing a lot of work here trying to get the drainage right because we were getting water in the barn. So as you can see, we got all the drainage right. It rained yesterday about 1.5 inches, and we used to have about a foot of mud right here, just that was washing down off of the pasture under this gate right here. So we took and we opened up a drainage ditch, and we're gonna figure out how to make this to where it doesn't wash out. But this drainage ditch takes the water and takes it all the way down out of the barn yard into the back pasture and down into the creek. So right there, it goes up underneath the fence and the gate, and then this drainage just goes all the way down underneath the gate over here, and we're going to move that gate so we have the drive-through not in the drainage. But now all this, that pile right there is what came out of around the barn where we drive and out of the drainage ditch, along with a big old pile that's in the pasture. So there was a ton of sand and dirt and clay that had built up over the last 1.5 to 2 years and ended up down here. We were having to put it in four-wheel drive to get down in through here. So with this drainage ditch, over the last 2 or 3 rains, we've been getting the majority of the water down out of here, and now we're getting really close to putting in some new top base for the drive here, so that when we drive down in by the barn, it's good, nice and packed, and then we're not getting water in the barn anymore. A couple other things that we did. This doesn't have anything to do with the drainage that we're going to put here. That's just a pipe that we're going to use in the pond that we dug out. But anyways, so up underneath this door, we dug out and diverted the water that was going up underneath the barn door and getting into the barn down this way. And there's just enough of a grade and enough of a little drainage ditch that's going to take it down into this pasture right here. So far it's looking good, and we're at about the point where we're going to start putting some top base down here so that we can have a nice packed drive as we come down in here to drop off animals, pick up animals. People come down to see animals. You know, it's a nice path and road down into the barn instead of having to tell people to stop up and, you know, put it in four-wheel drive if they have four-wheel drive. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of work around here. I apologize for not having a lot of videos lately, but this is kind of taking up a good chunk of time. I've been doing things during the week, and then on the weekends pretty much primarily dedicating my time to helping whatever I could, because I don't run the equipment, a friend of mine does, but I help him wherever I can and follow his directions. So everything's looking good. I think that we're getting close to having it down here the way it should be, so that we don't have a bunch of wash off right into the middle of our drive into the barn. Y'all have a good day. Thanks. It's coming down pretty good right now. So water's starting to come down off the hill, and it goes into our ditch, which is good. Maybe a little high hump right there. I'm soaked right now, and I've only been on it in like for 10 minutes. See how this right here is draining drains right into here, so it can go down. All that barn space, they all have access to dry, and they're all standing there in the rain. What sense does that make? You're a smart one. Okay, so it came down pretty hard for like 10-15 minutes straight. And this is where we're at right now. It's still a good 1.5 feet off of the top of this side right here. So I think once we get that bottom without having some high spots, we're gonna be okay, because it's not coming down to where it's messing up the berm up here. We're getting some rock dumped on the driveway down here so that we can get everything set up and get out of the mud when it's raining. We got all of our drainage set up, and now it's officially time to start getting all the rock laid down. I still need to come down here and do some work on it, but it's all good. So the other day I took a video of the material coming in, and we got the material all even down on this side. I got it through the gate in front of the stalls there. So they're working right now to even everything out, make it look pretty. And then we'll start packing this down really good, and over time it'll pack down and be solid. So with the drainage the way it's supposed to be and everything, that's the key. Making sure that we don't get all this sand and dirt that comes off the hill. As you can see, we dug this ditch just a few weeks ago, and there's already sand in the bottom of it that we'll have to clear out. But at least that sand's not coming in over our parking area where we're gonna park when we have events or bring horse trailers down when people are adopting horses. Bring our horse trailers down when we're loading up and leaving. So all this right here is all key to making sure that it's just not a big muddy mess like it was about 2 months ago before we started this whole ordeal. So getting the final touches on here. We had to rent some equipment to get that done. So we're gonna be reaching out to supporters to help us, you know, finish up, because we still have some work to do and some more rentals to finalize this project so that we can keep water from coming inside this barn right here. That's the whole key. During the winter time, before, we were getting tons of water inside the barn. So right now, the key is to get the water away, make sure that everything's angled the correct way. So we've been using survey equipment and everything to make sure that it's lower on the side towards the ditch and higher on the other side, so that the water drains down the way it should, not right straight into the barn. So that's what we're doing here. See y'all later. Outlaw Equine Rescue and Rehab out. So I cut my drainage ditch here, coming in from the tractor area, and it appears to be draining off, so that's good. Straight down into the pasture. So from the rain last night, this is the only puddling I see, and this is about an inch of rain so far between last night and this morning. So there's a little bit coming down right here, and then it comes down and starts draining down this way. So that's the little drainage that I cut for the driveway, and it is working. It's coming down into here and going straight down in, and not going down into the drive.